Let's talk about this Cavs and Detroit series. I'll try not to be too long on this one. So the Cavs fired JB Bickerstaff, replacing him with Kenny Atkinson, and now JB has a chance to get revenge on the Cavs in his playoffs. But when you look at the best players, it comes down to Cade Cunningham versus Donovan Mitchell. Both guys who are scoring threats and the best on their teams. Now, when I look at who's that consistent scorer next to Cade, like that legit number 2 scoring option, I don't see one like what I see with the Cavaliers, like who have a James Harden, who can shot create and can be a playmaker and who's a real threat inside out. And also you have Mobley, a guy that can be inside out as well. I just don't think Detroit have that guy that can beat you one-on-one consistently. And please don't say Tobias Harris, who did show up big in the last game, and Jalen Duren, who I bigged up a lot. I praised Jalen Duren before, but he's been struggling. So it'll be interesting to see how he does in this series. But I just feel like if Cade is struggling, it can get ugly for the Pistons. And I feel like guys like D Wade and Jalen Tyson could slow him down a little bit. And that's what I would lean on for this series. I expect Cade to, look for mismatches, of course. But I expect Jalen Tyson and a guy like Dean Wade to, primarily be the defender for Cade Cunningham. But Evan Mobley is facing off against another guy that was a part of his draft class. Both top 3 picks. Cade, of course, went number 1. Mobley went number 3. Best guard and big in the draft. And today it still holds up pretty well if we had a redraft. But the storyline that I'm really interested in and will be the conversation, I guess, for this series is JB Bickerstaff versus his old team that, pretty much fired him. Now, let me just say that for someone who's been covering the team, I was very vocal at times protecting JB when fans was calling for a job and, being vocal about fire JB, because I do think he's a good coach. But when you trade for a top 15 player, an all-NBA superstar like Donovan Mitchell, that creates different expectations. It's no longer a rebuild. It's the timeline is, it moves up. And when it comes to coaching, while he was great on defense and he had the top of the defense, statistics, his offensive creativity wasn't great. And the expectations part, he failed to get the team out the second round at least. And eventually he didn't just lose Donovan, he lost the locker room. But the positive thing about JB is that he's a good rebuilding coach. As you can see, the success he instantly got with Detroit, and he's a key part of the Cavs rebuild. And I got him as coach of the year, man. Like I said, I like JB. But there's a but. JB, Jared Allen is coming. He didn't forget about you calling him soft in so many words. JB didn't really just say Jared Allen soft, but he was taking jabs at him because he was hurt and didn't play. And for non-Cavs fans who don't know what I'm talking about, it was some backlash with Jared Allen not getting an injection to play. So JB, after being fired, he was salty. I feel like pretty much he was salty about the job, losing his job. But he was honest. But he was praising Luka for playing through pain and his injuries. But the ribs comment was towards Jared Allen because, he sat out for bruised ribs.
This is the guy that was taking shots in his ribs so that he could go out and play, right? He was playing through pain. He wasn't complaining. He was still playing 40-plus minutes trying to go out and get it done. So give him the opportunity to learn from it. Now, if something happens multiple times, and, then I think you have the opportunity to critique. But if a guy in his first chance in the finals trying to carry it.
Now, look, if I'm Donovan Mitchell, I'm not losing to a coach we got rid of. I'm dropping 40. I'm trying to average 30 on y'all. I'm sending a message, But with the Cavs, they have been inconsistent on the road, but that Toronto atmosphere and team was different. And they played hard because they had nothing to lose. And it was a top 5 defense. So this version of this Cavs team, they have to win a road game, which they failed to do this far. They had to win a road game in order to win this series. Ain't no we good, we going back home. Like, no, you don't have home court advantage. Detroit do. This is not the first round. And you mess around and play with them if you want and let this go to a game 7, y'all cats will be going home. And then the Cavs media and national media is going to be talking how much of a disappointment this team is. And it's going to be time to blow it up. It's just going to be some uncomfortable conversations that we're just not ready for. And it's going to be like that until you prove that you can get out the second round. Because realistically, we have the better talent and star power, but playoffs is about matchups and, do you got that dog? Do you got what it takes to win on the road and go through adversity and stay resilient and and adjust counters, But I'm excited for this matchup. Both teams might be fatigued from playing game sevens, but I wouldn't be surprised if Cavs is able to steal game one. I would try to send a message early. And one last thing. If the Cavs somehow lose, you know how bad it would look on the organization and the players and Donovan Mitchell, because y'all gave up on JB, and y'all losing would be like, y'all was wrong. It wasn't just him, it was the players too. So you can't lose JB, because then you'd be saying, yo, I was wrong. We was wrong as an organization. But if I'm JB, I know he's not getting sleep. He's probably working overtime, trying to come up with some game plan. I know he is. But my final thoughts, I got the Cavs in 6. Some might say Detroit in 7, but I don't think Cavs let this get to a game 7. I just feel like the Cavs have a lot more of what Detroit don't have. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments below, man. Let them know. Go Cavs.